Ah, you're not logged in on both.
Uh, it's when I do, it says Zoom will sign you out of the other session. So so I should probably launch it on my desktop and then and just have my camera on my laptop. Anyway, my webcam will be here soon, so I'll just run it off the desktop. Hi, Simon.
Hello.
Okay, so just a refresh from last week then. So we've got this new timing reference by. So this means in the case of or in the event of. And we can use it almost identically to the way we use toki. So we just put it after the plain form of a verb. And you might remember from last week that in a couple of the sessions, we discussed how in Japanese, and also to a certain degree in English as well, conditional and a timing reference, there's not that much difference between them. The if and when expressions are not so different. You really have to ask yourself if something is inevitable to decide whether or not you can only use if or you can only use when. So in the present, the way we do this, we put for by, we put the verb into the present tense only. We can only put this into the plain present tense, plus by, and then the rest of it. So we can't use it for continuous form or the past tense. This just means when this happens in the future. Because of that, it's often used as in case of emergency situations, such as, okay, Constantina, do you remember what this was from last week?
In case of fire.
Yes, good, yeah, kaji no bai, in case of fire. Piotr, this one?
That was the earthquake, and it's chi something.
Jishin no bai. Yes, jishin no bai. Oh, before we go on, guys, you see this character just a second, just here.
Shigoto desu ne.
Oh, well, this is koto or ji, meaning substance or matter. It would be a good idea. I know it's a slightly complex character, but it would be a good idea to learn it because it's used a lot. Like Piotr said, it's the koto in shigoto. When we do nominalization, we usually use the hiragana koto, but basically it's this. But it's used in so many different places. So just to kind of emphasize, let's just quickly.
I think I've seen this one used in the nominalization as well. Is that possible?
I mean, it is basically this kanji.
It is this one.
Yeah, but normally when I've seen it written down, koto is written with in hiragana to make it a pure grammatical term. Something like, I think the next one is this bit. And then the final vertical stroke through, like this. So it would be, if you don't know this one already, I would advise copying it down. I can probably draw it a bit prettier actually. Oh, damn, sorry. Horizontal stroke, long box. And then I think this is supposed to be a hand actually holding something, but it looks like a fork.
The dictionary says pig head's reticle. Pig's head reticle.
Big head or
Pig's
hand?
head reticle.
Oh, pig's head. Oh, okay. Right, thank you. That's yours, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
The onyomi is actually K.
Right. Okay. Look, we're just doing last week's lesson, but I was just saying to everybody that this character here, koto, is worth learning. G, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth learning and remembering because it's used a lot.
Thing.
Sorry?
A thing. Something.
Well, it means substance, something like this. And it's used, I mean, it's the same koto which we use in nominalization. Swap shared screen with video. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, has everybody got that written down? Yeah. All good?
You say substance and then mono. Mono is also
No. So yeah, mono is a different
thing.
character though. Mono
It's
means
different
thing.
character, but
Yeah. So mono means
meaning.
thing. Yeah. I mean, they're similar, but this really is about because it's used for things like nominalization. It's the koto in shigoto. It means servitude. The essence of servitude. It kind of means substance rather than thing by itself. So mono is used as usually means a physical thing, whereas koto is like matter, a matter. So it may not be an actual physical thing. It might just be a subject of discussion or something like this. It may not be a lump. Hi, Toby. I'm just moving my screens around slightly. Hey, Toby.
So,
Toby, write down this character and then learn it.
of course.
Yeah, cool. Okay, good to move on, guys. Okay, let's go back to here. Right. Yeah, kaji no bai, for example. So like toki, it can be appended to e adjectives. So we can say when it is hot, atsui toki, or just atsui bai. E adjectives are not, in this case, time sensitive. Na adjectives. So bear in mind that this is putting the, we've got to use the full verb here. It's atsui toki with the e. With na adjectives, we need the na as well. Benri na toki or benri na bai. Oh, that was it. Any questions, guys? Cool. All right. So let us go on to here a second. Delete my beautiful drawings. Any questions, Simon?
It's good. It's okay.
Cool. Okay, thank you. Let me just grab my questions. Right, while I'm doing today's exercises, preparing those, let me ask you guys to work through these. So, select if you can use toki, bai, or both. Oh, look, an Oxford comma. Yeah, so for each of these, translate them and state whether or not you can use toki, if you can only use toki, or if you can use bai and toki. Okay, so how many of us is there? 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, why not work through all of these guys to get just go through all of them, and then that will give you time to just create this new lessons exercises. Is that okay?
Hey.
Okay. If I do this, can you still see the original slide? The whiteboard.
We're only seeing the right whiteboard right now.
Great. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
We are doing them alone. I didn't get it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
What you do, Luke?
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Is that your Hilda punching hand? Or is it the one you use to defend yourself when she's hitting you?
Yeah, you got it. You know the feeling then.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
What do they say? I never raise my hand to my wife, only in self-defense.
Thank you. Which particular emotion of Moose was that then, Phil?
Ding, 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 ding.
The Moose of Pavlov's dog?
Ding, 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 ding. Do I need to link the Monty Python sketch again?
What's the ringing bell thing?
It's a strawberry.
5,
roast.
4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. No?
I don't remember.
It's the interview, the job interview.
Oh, when it's just irrelevant, kind of. Yes, yeah. I remember now.
Good morning. Good morning. Why did you say good morning? Well, you said good morning first. You very well know it's afternoon. Why don't you say good afternoon? But you said good morning.
Yes. How are you doing, guys?
Okay, I'm done. Oh,
Okay, good.
Oh, I haven't done all that. My brain's not working today. So if you want to go, just go.
Which one are you on, Costa?
No, I just have done like 3 and I'm just
Okay. Oh, okay. So have you not yet done? If it's inconvenient, then please use the lift.
No, that I did it. That was easy.
Okay, good.
I really like the in case of children.
In case of children, please use this gate to escape from them.
I was thinking just close it, but
True. Yeah. Lock them in this enclosure.
yeah.
Simon, Luke, Tobe, how are you doing?
Not so great.
Need to go.
I need to. I'm texting with my work at the moment as well.
Oh,
So
Okay, guys, let's crack on to these anyway now. And then those of you who aren't finished yet will be able to make notes. Let's just find the slide. There we go. Jock, would you like to do the first one? When I got up this morning, it was still dark.
yeah. 今朝が起きた時、まだ暗いです。
Okay, so
あったん
kurakatta desu ne? Kurakatta desu.
です。
Okay, so if you put kurakattandes, this is fine, but it's implying there's some other meaning implied in this. So, for example, if you turned up to work wearing different color socks, and somebody said,
Uh-huh.
Jock sensei, doshita no? Then you could say, kesa okita toki mada kurakattandes. But if you're just making a
Very,
statement,
yes.
yeah. If it's just a pure statement of fact, then you could just say kurakattandes. Yeah. 今朝起きた時また来るかったです。And can you use by for this?
I don't think so because
No.
it's not in the past and not in the future.
Yes, exactly. So you can only use toki. Good. Costa, when you make a contact by phone, please introduce yourself first. You're not looking enthusiastic.
I didn't do this. It's too many unformed forms.
Oh, okay. Which one did you do? The next one?
I did the first one, did the second, if it's difficult.
Oh, let's do this one then. Okay.
I don't know if I use the correct word, so I'm really sorry.
Sure, it's okay.
If it's difficult, please consult with me. Okay. Moshi Muzukasi Katara.
This is a conditional, not a time reference.
If it's difficult, you want to do it like
Only
this.
want either toki or bai.
Okay.
As I said, there's not actually much difference between
so
conditionals and time references. In fact, tara conditional exactly falls in this kind of uncertain quantum state of being both a conditional and a time reference.
Okay, I used the by wrong then. So I can use it Muzukasi by.
Good.
And I used to contact Jisoo.
Oh, this was consult.
Consult with me. What did I use? Consult. It's not this. Jisoo. I don't know.
Okay, so the easiest way of saying consult is sodan suru. Sodan suru. So how would you say what's in the sentence?
Shodan shite kudasai.
Yep, exactly. Sodan shite kudasai. If you wanted to emphasize with me, how would you put that in?
Watashi to.
Watashi to. Good. Watashi to. Watashi ni. Watashi o. All of these are fine. Yeah. So it's like saying consult with me, consult me, or consult to me. All of these are fine in Japanese in this particular case. Okay, Piotr, do you want to do this one? When you make a contact by phone, please introduce yourself first.
So I was thinking of using renraku suru. I think we did something like that.
Exactly.
So denwa de renraku suru toki or by.
Yeah, renraku suru. Sorry, suru. Not used to using a proper keyboard. Toki or by. Yeah.
最初に自分を名乗ってください。
最初に自分を And what's the verb used?
I use nanoru, which is to introduce yourself, to tell your name. So nanotte kudasai.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, that's like an as to what's the word? Announce yourself, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And kudasai. Good. Okay.
I looked it up, obviously.
Yes, that's all right. It's a group 1 verb, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a V5, so it's a group 1 word.
Yeah.
Which is why it's nanotte and not nanotte.
Excellent. Good. Cool. Simon, if it's inconvenient, then please use the lift.
不便な場合、
Good.
エレベーターを使ってください。
はい。エレベーターを使ってください。Good. And can you use Toki for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Okay.
Andy?
Yep, どうぞ。
What's the difference between futsugo and fuben?
Futsugo?
Yep.
I've never heard of the word futsugo.
Okay, well, that makes a difference here. Hi.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I've just never heard it. Futsugo.
Sugugai is like good chance, isn't it?
Is it?
Sugogai.
Oh, tsugogai. When it's
Futsugo would be when it's a bad chance.
when it's not convenient.
Maybe,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Futsugo. Yeah, futsugo.
Fuben looks like a noun. Or is it? No, sorry. No,
It's a not adjective.
No, it's an adjective, yeah.
Yeah. And futsugo is also an adjective.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand what you mean now. So, yeah, there's a slight difference between tsugo and benri. Tsugo is much more like when circumstances are good for you. So this is often expressed as Sugo ga ii toki. Benri, this can refer to both your own circumstances, but also the convenience of the environment, e.g. the proximity of the bank, the facility of a train service, etc. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Luke, did you do this one? When you have time off from work, please try and go to Mount Fuji.
No, I didn't get that far, but Ohima Bai, Fuji-san ni iku. Ni ikimasu. No.
Please try and go to, so this, try and do something. Try and do something. Remember, this was like as if sampling something.
I won't.
So the model sentence I want you to remember is to try some sushi, and this should hopefully automatically bring back the memory of this.
Sushi o tamesu, man. That's
not tamesu. That means to test some sushi, like to ask it some questions and see if it knows the answers. It's sushi o tabete mimasu. So this is the model sentence. So we put the verb that we're going to try and do into the te form, and then follow it with miru. Miru.
Itemasu. Itemimasu.
Itemimasu, exactly. And as he's saying, please try, please do it. So this would be.
Kudasai.
Can you do the whole sentence?
Ohima bai Fuji-san ni itte mimatte.
Now you're just making language up now, aren't you? Mimatte? What's mimatte? So take mimas. What's the plain form of mimas? What's the infinitive?
Plain form of mimas.
Yeah. What's the dictionary
Mimas?
form? No, that's the polite form. What's the dictionary form?
Miru.
Miru. So what's the te form?
Mitte.
Mite. So this would become Fuji-san ni ite.
Itte mitte kudasai.
Yes, good. Ite kudasai. Okay. Ohima. Hima na. So hima is both a na adjective and it's also a noun as well. And a noun. So we need something between hima and bai. On that basis, what would you say?
Na.
Na. And also, you could use
Ni.
It's a noun, so how do you normally join?
Ga.
No. How do you normally join a noun with another grammar term? We've done this in like so many other things where we're joining nouns with stuff. Do you remember how to do this? For example, no. Work through them all. Ga.
Oh. Wa.
No, keep going. It's no. No. For example, as we had before, kaji no bai. In case of fire. So hima no bai, in case of spare time, please go to see Mount Fuji. That's good.
Yeah, and I just missed the beginning of this lesson, the why or when you can use toki and when to use a by.
So by can only be used for the future. You can use toki for past, present, or future, but by can only be used for the plain form of the verb. Yeah.
Could you use toki there though?
Here you can exactly. Yeah. So how would you? So Luke, if you use toki for this one, what would you say?
Ohima no toki. Ohima
Yes.
toki no toki.
No toki, no toki. Ohima no toki.
Fujisan, and then same.
Sorry, actually, you can also use natoki as well. Hima no toki. Yeah, Fujisan ni ite mite kudasai. Excellent. Tobe, are you with us or are you working?
I'm with you.
Okay. Did you manage to get down to these ones here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's have a go. During childhood, did you go to hospital?
子供時代時美容院に行った。
Hang on a second. Kodomo, one more time slowly, please.
子供時代時
So if it's jidai, this is by itself means at the time of. So you don't need to use toki. Yeah. So
okay.
we can eliminate jidai.
子供がいると、子供がいる時
That means when you had children.
When you were.
Yeah.
子供
Take a guess.
So, completely still.
You can just put it like this.
子供の時
No toki. Yeah.
Right, the time
of child. I know it sounds funny when we translate it back into English. Kodomo no toki, or even you can say when I was smaller, when I was small, and you just say chisai toki, which it literally means small time.
Right.
But in Japanese, this is fine when you're using toki.
Okay.
Chisai.
So, 子供の時、美容院に行きました。
One more time?
行きました or
Yeah, and it's a question. So
行きましたか
yes, good. Yeah.
You could also use by for this.
Could you?
No, you couldn't. Sorry, I was to say you can't because
you can't.
It's the
Sorry.
It's the past.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't.
I spoke too quickly. Sorry.
Jock, in the case of children, please run away. Please use this gate.
子供の場合、この出口を使ってください。
出口を使ってください. Excellent. So in this case, I think it will be funny to use kodomo no toki because it sounds like when you were a child. But by is perfect for this to say in the case of. Yeah.
Could you use the 子供がいるとき
Exactly. That's when you could use it. Yeah. Exactly. It's kodomo ga iru toki. Yeah, this would be perfect.
Sorry, Andy. About the previous one, could you also use 病院に行ったことがありましたか?
Yeah, exactly. So do you guys get a feeling for the difference between this one and let me just write this in.
So you would use arimashita ka, you would use arimasu ka.
Yeah, you could, for these expressing experience using nominalization, you have to use arimasu ka. Because if you said arimashita ka, it suggests that you don't have that experience anymore, which of course makes no sense. Yeah.
Could this be the difference here? Would it be like asking if you someone told you to go to the hospital, and you said, and you asked the person later, did you really go to the hospital? Or
Oh, I see.
did you have the experience to, like, have you ever been there?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good as a way of discerning the difference between these two. Ikimashita is really talking about a specific event or a specific time at which this happened. And kodomo no toki is not really specific enough. It's a long duration of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you said, Toba, this is a really good way of in that situation to confirm if somebody actually went to hospital, then ikimashita would be the only one that you could use. Yeah, you couldn't use itakoto ga arimasu ka.
It's for a hearing or a question.
Yeah.
The difference between them. Is it like if you, yeah, I know. I understand. I just wanted to make it clear for me, but
sure.
So the top one is if you want to interrogate someone, if you did what I told you, or did you do as planned, and the other one is polite conversation, asking, did you do it? Is this something you did?
Yeah, I mean, basically, yes. I mean, the second one is about saying, did you ever go to hospital as a child? Do you have the experience of having gone before? Whereas kodomo no toki byōin ni ikimashita ka, it sounds like, was there a specific time during your childhood which is not expressed in the sentence when you went to hospital? So the sentence sounds a little bit strange, actually. It's like, surely there should be kodomo no toki vaccine o marau tame ni byōin ni ikimashita ka? Did you go to hospital to get a vaccine?
Right.
Then this sounds like you're actually asking about a specific event. But yeah, just saying this by itself just sounds a bit weird. It sounds like, on what basis are you asking this question?
Yeah.
So if somebody had been in a medical expertise and they are asking, so you've been in the hospital last week, but have you ever been as a child? Which one would you use in that case?
Ikimashita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because if you're talking about a specific kind of event within that experience, then this would be ikimashita. Yeah. If you're, or just to be sort of, I know this is kind of cloudy, but if you want to ask on a similar sort of line to that, Piotr, if you were to ask, this patient's got malaria, have you ever been to Thailand? Then you would still say Tai ni itakoto ga arimasu ka? Because it doesn't matter when they went to Thailand. It's whether or not they've actually been before is the important part.
Okay.
I mean, really, the answer to this one, arimasu ka, the answer really can only be either hai or iie. Whereas the answer to this one would be hai, 9 歳の時 ikimashita. When I was 9, I went, because it's asking for a specific event, a specific time. Does that make sense, everybody? Luke, go ahead.
Is there a difference between going to the hospital to visit someone or to be admitted?
Yes, there's a different verb, actually.
Because in both cases, you are going to the hospital.
Yeah. So, of course, byōin ni ikimashita only doesn't contain any more information other than going to hospital, whether you're visiting or whether you're being, well, I was going to say interred then.
Admitted.
Admitted, not interred. That's kind of the last place after hospital. So to be admitted, do you guys remember what this was? Jock said it last week, actually.
Something with new, probably?
Yeah, new. Jock, go ahead.
New in.
New into, exactly. New
Is that the in of byōin?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly.
I'm being new in here.
To visit, isn't this
Omimai?
Omimai, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Omimai suru. Which is also, but Jock, isn't this also giving somebody money after they're sick as well?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Check. I'm pretty sure this has got this double meaning.
I think you used it to ask for money before.
Yeah. I think when Sensei had his accident.
Yeah. We used mimai to give money, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, actually, the kanji is the same, but one is calling on someone who is ill, and the other one is to express one's deepest sympathies, which almost certainly has got this thing about giving money.
Omimai moshiageru.
Yeah. Yeah. But so moshiageru is just the kind of giving part, but omimai itself can be either to go and visit or to give some consolatory money or gift.
Is it only for visiting sick people, the omimai, or is it general visiting?
What sort of people do you visit? Oh, you mean if you're going to see your ex-colleagues in hospital?
Like I come to visit you in the house.
Don't
visit?
don't use omimai for this. Yeah,
it's only for sick people.
It's for sick people. Yeah.
So all people that got COVID got money.
I mean, it was not that weird. I mean, we have this visit at the hospital, visit in the house.
Yeah.
Ukagao, is it?
Sorry, John.
Just wondered, ukagao, is it to visit?
Go is just simply means to visit, I think.
To drop in.
Yeah. Kao dasu, ukagao, ai ni iku, ite yoru.
Ukagao, to call on a person, to call at, to pay a visit.
Oh, to visit, yeah. Ukagao.
Yeah. But question, Andy, on ukagao, when you want to ask somebody in the street, you say "chotto ukagaimasu ga." So what's that ukagao?
To inquire.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually, I think the kanji is the same as nani. Yeah, I think it means, yeah, this is, is this nani? Oh, no, it's got an extra line. Yeah, but it means to inquire, to hear, to ask, and to visit. So looking at AEDICT, it's got all of these definitions: to ask, to inquire, to hear, to be told, to implore a god from an oracle, to seek direction from your superior, to visit, to speak to a large crowd at a theatre. All of these use ukagao. Yeah.
Useful word.
Yeah. Never use it. It's too vague about how to use it.
Oh, all the time I use it.
Really? Ukagate desu ka? Yeah. But then I don't know whether or not they mean that they think I mean, can I come and visit your house? They might say, yeah. Tachiri kinchi desu. Kuruna.
Okay. You have that look about you.
I do, yeah. Okay, right, let's go on to this one. So, Costa. Do you want to try this one? In the case of an earthquake, please don't use the lifts.
Jisi no bai.
No bai, good.
Erebeta o kanakute kudasai.
Can you say that again?
Tsukao, from tsukao to use, tsukanakute, tsukawanakute. I need to write it down.
Tsukawanakute mo ii desu ka?
No.
But this is where we use tsukawanakute.
True. So tsukanai. Oh,
okay, let's start off. Let's make the plain negative stem of skull.
I don't want to.
Don't want to. Don't make me do it.
Okay. Tsukawanai.
Tsukawanai. Then please don't use it. It would be.
Tsukawanai de kudasai.
There we go. You see, it was in your head.
It was my head, but 3 days later I answered.
That's okay. Can you use Toki for this, Costa?
Yes, why not? So when it's earthquake, don't use.
Exactly. Yeah, good.
And it's the same. This is not Toki because it's how it's called in English? No adjective.
Noun. This is a noun.
Noun. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. In the case of fire, please leave by the nearest emergency exit.
Did Costa call it a no adjective?
A noun is a not adjective. Let's decide this now.
It's brilliant. Kaji no baai, ichiban chikai deguchi de dete kudasai.
Chikai deguchi de
Dete kudasai.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Cool.
And Toki would work as well, right?
Yes, exactly. Kachi no Toki. Cool. Right, before we move on to this week's lesson, guys, let me just have a little summary of by usage. So for verbs, use the plain present tense. Example, iku plus by. Okay. For adjectives, excuse me. Really, I'm not used to using this normal keyboard. Adjectives. Use the whole adjective plus by. Ay, ay, ay. Plus.
These are so high. Oh my God.
Example, atsui by. Adjectives. Use the adjective plus na plus by. G. Benani na by. And then finally, with nouns, noun plus not plus by. E.g. kaji no by. There we go.
Adjectives.
So Andy, when saying goodbye would be bye-bye.
How do you say e-buy? Which is like a website where you can buy things. Piotr, don't shake your head. That's the sort of joke I'd expect from you normally.
That's why I'm shaking my head, because apparently other people are,
down at your level. Did you see the Dad Trek meme on the interweb?
The Dad Trek?
Yeah, so it's the old animated Star Trek series, and Captain Kirk is constantly making dad jokes to Spock, and like Spock's not getting it, and it just keeps going through the same thing.
That's logical, Captain.
But it always finishes with Kirk just kind of smiling and Spock going, hmm? Excuse me.
Where did the one-legged lady work?
In the hospital?
IHOP.
Okay, everybody finished making notes? Wave it. Okay, sure. Guys, I keep forgetting to give you a little break actually after now. It's probably not that productive to keep going for 94 minutes. Let's just have a couple of minutes break, grab a drink if you want to, stretch your legs. Costa, drink some coffee. Yeah, have some cake.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
And we're back. Right. So, in response to popular demand, actually, in response to no demand at all, really, but my desire to do this, Sons builds. I haven't had time. Oh, we did it. So, expressing desire in the third person, not expressing desire for the third person, I should add. This isn't about, oh, she looks nice, I'd rather like to take her out for dinner, etc. This is something like, she wants to steal one of your kidneys. And we're introducing a new, it's a kind of a new verb, but it's not really a verb at all, but it is a verb, but it's not a verb, which is garu. Garu. I say it's not a verb because if you look, it doesn't actually have a kanji entry. It's almost certainly just a grammatical term, but it is treated like a verb. Garu literally means the appearance of something. And let's just refresh ourselves about the two ways of saying want in the first person. This means I want, I want. So we've got two ways of doing this. One is to make the Thai form of the verb. So in this way, we take the polite stem. Iku becomes ikimasu. Skuru becomes skurimasu. Taberu becomes tabemasu. Remove the mas. Just leave yourself with the stem. And add tai. Iku, ikitai. Skuru, skuritai. Taberu, tabetai. Suru, shitai. And then this is basically an e adjective, isn't it? So to make a formal sentence, we have to say ikitai desu. If you want to say I don't want to go, then this would be Luke. How would you say I don't want to go?
Well, I have no idea. I have probably.
Okay, let's just think through it slowly then. So ikitai des. This is an e adjective statement. So let's use something easier. So you do have it in your head. Go on.
Ikitai de wa arimasen.
Okay, right. Let's use a different, more easy one. Atsui desu. It is hot. It is not hot is
Atsukunai
atsukunai
desu.
desu. I want to go. Ikitai desu. I don't want to go.
Ikikunai.
No. Ikitai. Just rather than looking at the words on the screen, try and visualize this now. Iki.
Iku.
Tai. Yeah.
Ikitai.
Iki tai. Tai is like the e adjective now. Turn this tai into the negative e adjective.
Ikitakunai desu.
Des. Right. Good. Okay. Hoshi desu. So you can use this to mean, for example, I want you to do something for me. So to do this, we put the verb in the te form. If you want somebody to do something for you, and then say hoshi desu. For example, Tobe, I want you to make me a coffee.
Coffeeを作ってほしいです.
Perfect. Kohi o tsukutte hoshii desu. Toby, how would you say I don't want you to make me a coffee?
コーヒーを作っ Tsukute hoshikunai desu.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we can just treat this hoshi as an E adjective. Well, you shouldn't just treat it like this one. It is an E adjective. It means something is desirable. Remember that we can also just say, I want something like a coffee by just saying something ga hoshi desu, the noun ga hoshi desu. So Costa, how would you say, I want a coffee?
By disappearing, apparently.
Constantina-san no kao o miste hoshi desu.
I was just pressing everything. What I need to do?
I want a coffee.
I want a coffee. Coffee ga hoshii desu.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Just as a quickie, just to sort of play around with our Japanese, I want to drink a coffee.
Coffee ga no nomitai, nomite hoshi. No, I want you to drink coffee for me. No, I want to drink coffee. Jesus Christ. Nomu ga hoshii desu. I don't know. I got a completely. Okay. No, nomima, nomitai.
Nomitai.
I don't know.
Were you here in the last 2 minutes?
I think, but mentally, no, maybe.
Nomitai desu. Nomitai desu.
Yes.
O nomitai desu. Dozo.
Yes, without the
Yes.
hoshi.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to exercise your Japanese.
Yeah.
Jock, I don't want to drink coffee.
Nomitakunai desu.
Yeah, exactly.
Kohi o nomitakunai desu.
Yeah, good. Piotr, I don't want you to make me a coffee.
Kohi o. That's it. Skatte.
That's good.
That's right. Skatte. No, skatte hoshikunai desu.
Yeah, good. Sion, I wanted you to make me a coffee.
Coffee o tsukutte hoshikatta desu.
Good. Luke, I wanted you to make me a coffee, but now I want you to make me a gin and tonic.
I just gonna pour me a gin and tonic now. So what was it?
I wanted you to make me some coffee, but now I want you to make me a gin and tonic.
Let's start with kohi.
Yeah.
Kohi o tsukutta.
No, it's good. I wanted you to make me a coffee.
Kohi o tsukutte.
Good.
I wanted you to make me a coffee. Tsukutte. Hoshi deshita?
No.
Des.
No. How did you put E adjectives in the past?
Hoshikata.
Good.
Des.
But
Demo.
So demo can't really go in the middle of a sentence. It should go at the beginning. For but in the middle of a sentence, we would just simply use ga. Exactly.
Ga. Imma gin and tonic. Or hoshi desu.
Ga. So I want you to make me a gin and tonic. If you said gin and tonic ga hoshi desu, this means I want gin and tonic. This is fine. But how do you say I want you to make me a gin and tonic?
Gin and tonic or kan hier opschrijven. gin and tonic. Otsukutte iru.
No.
Tsukute hoshi desu.
Yeah, exactly. Tsukute hoshi desu. Good. Comment, Toby, sorry. You made me a gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic or tsukutta?
So this, yeah, this means you made a gin and tonic. How do you say you made me a gin and tonic?
作ったにあげました。作ってもらいました。もらいました。
作ってもらいました。Yeah.
作ってもらいました。
Yeah. Please don't make the ageru mistake.
I know. I have some trouble with this still. But there's I'm going back to the I give you sort of things from Onoma.
Onoma. Good. Okay. Costa. I made you a gin and tonic, but now I want you to make me a gin and tonic.
I already forgot what you told me.
I made
want you.
You made, what did I say? I made you a gin and tonic, but now I want you to make me a gin and tonic.
I made you a gin. Okay, let's start. Gin tonic or for you. Something. Why I feel like I have a brain damage right now.
Well, you lived in the UK in Bedfordshire for a while.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Kind of explain it.
Jeez. Okay, need to use the something doing for you, but you didn't want me to do this for you, so I'm not gonna use the hoshi.
Correct. I made you a gin. Let's do this bit first. I made you a gin and tonic.
Okay, gin and tonic or tsukatta. Let's use the verb first.
Not skull. Not skull.
Tsukuru.
Skuru. So this becomes.
Tsukutta.
Skutta just means somebody made a gin. Maybe me, maybe you. But how do you say I made you a gin and tonic?
I know, but why I cannot? Why when is it on demand? I cannot make my brain work.
Just practice. That's all. Just practice.
It's not with the moral, no.
You could use moral in here, but it would be funny to use it when you can just simply use another word. I made you something is basically what? Me?
Request, no.
Yeah, not really a request, but what am I doing if I make something for somebody else? I am
servicing.
Servicing, right? Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. I'm servicing. I'm giving something. I'm providing a service.
Agemasu, no.
Agemasu, right?
Okay.
So how do you do this?
Oh, geez, gin and tonic or ageta. No,
this
I
just
know.
means I gave you a gin.
Okay. So I need to use them both. I need to tsukuru ageta.
What do you do with skuru to join it with ageru?
Tsukute.
Yep.
Tsukute agemashita.
Good. Right. That whole sentence again.
Coffee or
just a minute. It's gin and tonic. Damn it! It's too late for coffee. It's past 12 o'clock here. It's gin and tonic time.
This is a coffee addiction. Gin and tonic or tsukatte agemashita.
Not tsukatte.
Tsukute agemashita.
Good.
Okay. Ga.
But now I want you to make me a gin and tonic.
Ga. Coffee, you said I need to make, eh? No, gin and tonic. Continue with gin and tonic. Okay.
Look at the time, goddammit.
I can drink coffee all day. I don't care.
This is the problem. This is why you got this coffee addiction. You're not drinking enough gin and tonic.
I don't like, it's too bitter, and I like bitter stuff, but anyway. Ga, gin and tonic, or the hell, tsukute 欲しいです.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Whole sentence
Okay.
one more time.
Oh, I'm feeling sweaty.
Oh, so much exercise.
ジムトニーを作ってあげましたが、
Good.
ジネトニーを作ってほしいです。
Yes, good. Exactly this.
Okay.
See, did you notice in this sentence, we didn't once use watashi, anata. We don't need to. If we use the right ageru, the appropriate use of hoshi, then all of the directions, all of the origins and the directions are indicated by the grammar. You don't need to actually mark the direction with the person.
I think I'm
Of
gonna
course,
do a
of course.
tattoo with the ageru.
Sorry.
I'm gonna do a tattoo ageru kuremasu for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always think of this bowl, and people, and I know that ageru actually means to elevate, to raise, like kiriage, etc. This ageru, meaning to lift, to raise. So I always think that if I'm going to give something to somebody, I put the present in my hands and I lift it up. So this immediately sort of makes me think, ageru, this is to give. I can't be the recipient of that giving up because I don't get it from somebody below me because there's nobody below me. Yeah. Apart from Pussycat. Hello, meow. Okay. Right, now that we're up to scratch with this. Now, when we're talking about the second person, that is you, the listener, when you want to express or question desire, it's a little bit more blurry. There's a few more inconsistencies to the rules. Let me be clear, though. This isn't about grammar. This is about language style. So, for example, if I wanted to say, do you want to go to the cinema? It's grammatically correct to say, eigakan ni ikitai desu ka? If I want to say, you do want to go to the cinema, it is also grammatically correct to say, anata ga eigakan ni ikitai desu. But doesn't it sound funny in English when I say something like, you want to go to the cinema? Do you infer somebody else's intentions?
Depends on your position.
I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, there are rare occasions when you want to say you want to go to the cinema, but almost certainly we would ask this as a confirmation. You want to go to the cinema, don't you? So even in English, it's kind of weird to say you want to go to the cinema, or you want to do something. You want to eat donuts.
Unless you're married.
Okay, sorry, I forgot about this. Yes, two minds become one. Yeah, and in Japanese, it's a language which is heavily affected by social factors. You never say something like "Anata wa saigo no donuts o tabetai desu." You never imply somebody else's intention. So for the second person, there are some things you can do. You can ask questions, but you can't make statements about somebody else's. So you can't state hoshi for the listener, but you can ask a question such as, Saigo no donuts ga hoshi desu ka? Would you like the last donut? You can do this for the listener. However, it's more polite to invite them rather than interrogate them as to their intentions. Let's use eating the last donut as our model example. Of course, you can say, "Saigo no donuts o," "Saigo no donuts ga hoshii desu ka?" This is fine. You can certainly use it for children. But if you're in a more polite situation, you should probably say, "Will you eat the last donut?" or "Won't you eat the last donut?" So in this case, Jock, how would you say, "Won't you eat the last donut?"
Saigo no donuts o tabemasen ka?
Exactly, yeah. So this sounds now exactly like an invitation rather than an interrogation. So this is a much better way of asking in a polite situation. Piotr, how would you say, do you want to go to the cinema with me?
映画館に、一緒に映画館に行きませんか?
Yeah, exactly. 映画館に一緒に行きませんか? Won't you go to the cinema with me? This is what we're basically saying. Simon, how would you say, don't you want to go on holiday to France?
フランスに休みに with me 私と、行きませんか?
Yeah, exactly. So just use this negative verb as a way of inviting. Of course, you can state it in the affirmative. 一緒にフランスに休みに行きますか? Like this. This is also fine. It's just it's slightly more usual to state the verb in the negative to make it sound a little bit more like an invitation, again, rather than an interrogation. If you put it in the affirmative, it's got a slight touch of a question. If you put it in the negative, it sounds much more like an invitation. Is that okay, guys? Yeah, cool. Okay. For the second person, for the listener, we never use the Thai form. So, as I've just said, we never say eiga kan ni ikitai desu ka? You would say eiga kan ni ikimasen ka? If you're not making an invitation, if you're just asking, are they going to the cinema? Not necessarily with you, but with anybody, then you would say what? Luke, what do you think?
映画館に、行きますか?
Yeah, exactly. Just say, are you going to the cinema? You don't need to interrogate their intentions. You can just say, eiga kan ni ikimasu ka? Then this is enough. If you want it to be a little bit more like saying, are you planning to go to the cinema? Do you intend to go to the cinema? Then, Toby, how could you say this?
If you intend to go to the cinema. I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
blanked out.
That's all right.
So, my answer would be eiga kan ni ikimasu ka? But I'm going to. But
just how
to right.
Develop this into a statement of intention.
Yeah. I forgot this one. Suru something.
Maybe.
This.
It is su something. Can anybody help?
Suru tsumori desu ka?
Tsumori desu ka. Okay.
Eiga kan ni suru tsumori desu ka?
Not suru tsumori. Are you intending to go to the cinema?
Really? Okay. So, eiga kan ni tsumori. How do you do for this? Iku tsumori desu ka?
Iku tsumori desu ka? Yeah.
Eiga kan ni iku tsumori desu ka?
Good. Costa, sorry, you were going to say something, then I cut you off.
No, I said the tsumori.
Tsumori, yeah, exactly. Sorry, Jock, go ahead.
How can we use ikubeki?
This means must you go to the cinema?
Must. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it must or should?
Sorry. Well, is there much difference?
Yeah, the one implies there's a
Obligation?
Compulsory part to it, and should is would it be good for, and would there be negative consequences if you didn't?
Right. So for the latter, itta hoga ii desu ka? But I mean, you have to read the situation to sort of decide, does this mean obligation or rules or advisement? All of these have got slight different nuances. Ikubeki desu ka sounds more like, do I have to go? To be honest, it's not something you'd normally imply on somebody else. Just like, remember when we did the ikanakireba narimasen and the ikanakute wa ikimasen ka, this kind of a lack of choice and a kind of social obligation.
でも、私たちは空気を読むのが下手です。
You're bad at reading cookies, did you say?
空気, as in the air. So we're
Oh, the
better.
air. Sorry, right. Yeah. 状態を読まなければなりませんね。Yeah. Costa, how do you say, do you have a plan to go to the cinema? Do you remember? Do you have a schedule to go to the cinema?
つもりのありますか?
This kind of would work, but this sounds like, do you have an intention to go to the cinema? Do you remember there was another way, another stating your intention, but it was using the word schedule. Are you scheduled to go to the cinema?
I'm not on top of my head. I know that is we did it with the omo.
行こうと思ってますか? You could do this actually. But again, this is actually asking intention rather than schedule. Okay, so I'll tell you what it is. Plain form verb. 予定ですか? Yote. So yote just means schedule or plan. Yote. So you can just say 行く予定ですか? 作る予定ですか? 仕事する予定ですか?
はずですか?
はず?
はず? Right.
Hazu. So this also means should or appears to.
So could you use it in the interrogation? So hazu desu ka?
Iku hazu desu ka? Does it seem like you're going to the cinema?
Or is it just for myself?
No, it's not. It's not. What's the word? Stepping over the line to use hazu, but this refers to again circumstances. Does it appear that you're going to the cinema?
Okay.
It can be used, but perhaps not in this kind of way. If you want to ask Fred if it seems that John is going to the cinema or not, then you could do this because it's not clear to either of you. John-san, right. Fred-san, sumimasen, John-san ga eigakan ni iku hazu desu ka? Difficult then to actually distinguish with hazu whether you mean should or appears to. So I generally find hazu is used more for seems to rather than should, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it seems like we're throwing in a lot of new subjects here, guys, but actually everything we've done so far, with the exception of hazu, is all revision. We've done this before already. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll come back to second person later, because as you can see, there's different applications require a different principle to do this with. Let's look at third person today and this use of garu. So this is basically a form of reporting. We use garu. So in situations where you want to say, do they want to do something? Then we ask, do they have the appearance of doing something? To make this, the Thai form of the verb becomes tagatte iru, tagatte imasu. You should write this down if you don't know it, guys.
When you say third person, it's like I'm talking about somebody else.
Right. Yes. So if we are talking, Costa, and I say, does Effie want to go to the seminar? Then Effie is the third person in this. I'm the speaker. I'm the first person. You're the listener. You're the second person. Third person is the other person. Yeah.
Ni itagate iru.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Eigakan ni Effie-san ga koshukai ni ikitagatte imasu ka? Excuse me. For hoshi, just to want, then this becomes hoshikatte iru. Hoshikatte iru. Jock, didn't you send me some photographs of a textbook, of a grammar book? I can't find that. Was that on Facebook Messenger? Or was it a text message?
I just sent it in Email, I think.
I can't find it for the life of me. I'll
Oh.
have another look. Yeah, it's funny.
I thought I did.
I saw it
Okay.
on my phone, but then I sort of went back later and tried to find the message, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I'll have a look again later.
Anyway, it's the same thing now.
Yeah, exactly. It was this exactly, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, for example, Mike wants to watch golf. Piotr, Mike wants to watch golf. I don't know why. But...
Of course, he wants to watch golf.
By himself in a locked room.
Yeah.
Pyeongtong, どうぞ.
Sorry, me. Mike がゴルフを、見たがってです。Sorry, 見たがっています。
Very good. Yes. Mike さんはゴルフを見たがっています。見たがっています。My father wants some new socks. Simon.
父が新しいソックス。
It's undershoes, as it probably is in your own languages.
Yeah, right, but I don't remember that one.
靴下。靴下。
新しい靴下。
靴下. So 靴 is shoe, 下 is under.
Right.
Yeah.
靴下。新しい靴下を、欲しがっています。
So if it's or, then sorry, I beg pardon. If it's hoshi, then this is the noun
Right,
and ga.
right.
Yeah.
What was it? 靴下。
靴下. Yeah.
靴下が、欲しがっています。
Yes. 新しい。父が新しい靴下が欲しがっています。This is okay, Jock. This last one here, 父が新しい靴下が欲しがっています. This, of course, is grammatically fine. How do you kind of say, not just wants, but wants to receive? So my father wants to receive new socks for his birthday, for example.
欲しがってもらいたい。
So it's either one or the other. We don't need to use both.
Oh, well, 靴下がもらいたい。
Right, so you can't use moraitai, can you? But you can use so still use.
I don't understand why you can't.
So you can use morao, but you can't use moraitaides.
Morate, blimey, morate gatte tai.
No. So
No.
use this form here. This v tai vita gatteru.
靴下をもらたがっている。
もらいたがっているね。もらいたい。もらいたがっている。
I have to put my teeth in. もらいたがっている。
Exactly. Yes. もらいたがっている. Okay, good. Any questions, guys, before we do some exercises? Okay, let's do some.
Can I leave now?
No, this is like Hotel California.
But we never checked in.
Oh, yes, you did.
What are those silly knives?
Your souls are mine.
What if I want a glass of wine and I'm stuck in Hotel California?
Nah, not since '69. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, so this is again, it's a little bit of a revision of previous stuff we've done, but I want you to really look at the sentence, each sentence in turn, and make sure that you're using the right form. So, how should we do this? I think we've lost Simon. So there's 5 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm still here, but I just have to do another
okay.
task. on the
Sure,
side,
sure.
But I'll join. Okay.
Okay, so Jock, can you do I want to make a chair? Piotr, I want a new car. Luke, I want you to turn on the light. Tobe, do you want to go to the theatre this evening? Costa, would you like another beer? And Simon, I want to go to Thailand, but in the end I went to Ireland. This was my funny play on words. Oh, I thought you said Thailand, not Ireland. Okay, just have a couple of minutes, guys. Some of these are not as difficult as you probably might think they are. They're really simple.
Will we then just continue?
Just do one.
All right.
I think I've minced you enough. All done? Some of these are a bit more complex. This gives the guys a minute. If you want to sort of work, just look through the others and just get into your heads what the others might be if you're finished. Luke's gone to replace the cat with him. He's going to put the cat on the chair, put a pair of glasses on it.
No one will notice, and the answers will still be as good.
He needs to get one of those. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I didn't want to.
I was going to say, Luke needs to buy one of those hairless cats first.
Was it just one sentence, or you started from that sentence?
So if you finish the one you're doing, and just have a look through the others, just to sort of get your mind warmed up. So Piotr, while you're studying, rather than going to a proper shop and buying a webcam, I went to eBay and just looked for the cheapest but best looking one, and I ended up buying this for €8. Where's the... Looks kind of good, doesn't it? Okay, so you muted.
We'll probably see at least 4 pixels, right?
It's about 4 pixels, yeah. See, it said autofocus, and you see it's got this little, sort of looks like it's got a telephoto lens on it, right? Just turn this doesn't do anything. This is just all kind of crap. It even looks like there's an LED at the front, just there.
Oh, no.
Even that's not an LED, it's just a piece of plastic.
You just need one of those, circular LED lamps. Have you got an IKEA nearby?
IKEA? Yeah. No, there is one. There's one within about an hour's drive.
Yeah, no, never mind.
I ordered one in the end anyway. I actually went onto the a review site and got not a Logitech one, but it was about this. Oh, it was one made by an Australian company, something. But it got really good reviews, and it's slightly cheaper than the really good ones.
No, what I meant was just a second.
Get a circular light, you mean?
One of these. It's a lamp.
I prefer to have my Zoom sessions like this.
I'm starting to miss the yellow light you have in your garden.
I'll be coming back soon. The tree's growing nicely. Oh, you mean when we train, I turn the lights on outside? Oh, that one that makes me look like I've got bilirubin. Yeah. Okay, should we have a go, guys? So, Jock, I want to make a new chair.
椅子を作りたいんです。
椅子を作りたいんですね。Or just 作りたいです。Fine. A new one?
新しい椅子を作りたいんです。
椅 です。Good. を作りたいです。Good. Piotr, I want a new car.
新しい車欲しいです。
Say again, please.
新しい車を欲しいです。
Not or, but
Oh no, sorry, it's desirable, so it's the car. 車が。
が。
Sorry.
欲しいですね。
はい。
Yeah, good. Luke, did you have this one, Luke? I want you to turn on the lights. Are you muted? Still muted on Zoom.
Yeah. The light.
Yeah.
Raito or how?
Lighto is fine, actually. Yeah.
Raito tsuku hoshi desu.
Lighto o
Tsuku.
Tsuku. Okay. What verb is this?
Tsukute hoshi.
Skute. So it's a tefl, but it's not skuru. This is the verb is tsukeru.
Tsukeru.
Yeah.
Hoshi desu.
So what do we do with skeru? So,
tsukete.
right. Skete. Hoshi desu ne. Excellent. Good. Okay, good. So laito, this will be understood. The easiest one to remember actually is just denki.
Denki. Okay, on denki stand. Yeah.
So as you probably remember, Luke, denki means both electricity, and I can't type the kanji on this computer yet, so I've installed IME, but using a different kanji for ki, this also means light bulb. Or light, I should say. Not light bulb, light. Cool. Tobe, do you want to go to the theatre this evening?
このゆうべは映画館に
Yube, what? Yube, that means last night. Yube, last night.
Right. この今晩
Konban works, but usually we say konya.
今夜
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
知ればいいですね。今夜映画館、今夜映画館にこの今夜 sorry
Konya is konoya.
I'm just restarting myself.
Okay.
Reboot.
You need to turn yourself off first, though. Punch yourself in the face a few times.
今夜は映画館に行きませんか?
Yeah. So theatre is another word actually. It's somebody remember theatre?
Right. Theatre, not cinema.
Yeah.
Geki.
Yeah. Go on. You got it. Gekijo.
Gekijo.
Gekijo. Oops, sorry. Gekijo. Gekijo ni. And then how did you express that last part?
行きませんか?
Yeah, ikimasenka. Just this. Ikimasenka. Good. Costa, would you like another beer?
Okay. もう一回、
もう一回?
ビールが飲みませんか?
Very good. Yes. Not biru ga.
ビールを
Biru o. Yes. Yeah.
I have a question because we did it last week and I wrote down the betsu. Can we use the betsu here like an extra?
No. If you use betsu, this means instead of this one, would you like a different one?
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So if somebody's got to the end of their beer and you're going to ask them, do you want another beer? But would you like a different beer? Then this would be betsu no biru o nomimasen ka? But this really means a different one rather than a different type of beer rather than one that they've just been drinking. So more ikai, you would be understood. This means one more time. Would you like a beer? But what's one more glass?
もう一杯。
Ippai. Yes.
一杯。
Yeah.
Okay.
もう一杯ビール飲みませんか? Good.
ビールもう一杯持ってきますか?
Can you do another beer?
No, I'm just asking, can I say ビールもう一杯飲みますか?
No, in Moscow you can use, yeah. But like I said, so it's just a different format. Biru o mo ippai nomimasen ka. Yeah, this is good.
Okay, to put beer first, is it?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. In this case, though, Jock, you don't need another or here. You've already this has already been set by saying here. So this is of a beer. Can you drink another glass? Yeah.
Could you use
Thank you.
Morai Masenka as well?
This is an invitation rather than a request, though.
Yeah, because this was what I wrote.
Ah, okay.
Moi pai Morai Masenka.
This means, can I have another beer?
Ah, okay.
Which is, I know, the sort of trick that you might play when it's your round to buy the beers.
Right.
To say, oh, Toby, it's time to buy the beers, and then you say, oh, great, I'll have a pint of.
I see. Yeah.
This is you buying a beer, not me.
Yeah. No. I saw what's wrong.
Typical Swede. Okay, Simon, are you with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to go to Thailand, but in the end, I went to Ireland.
Thailand ni ikitakatta desu ga?
Oh, give me a second. Sorry, hang on a second. Thailand ikitagatta desu ga? Hai. Dozo.
Ireland ni ikimashita.
Ireland ni ikimashita. Okay. You see this in the end? There's a nice, easy phrase to throw in there after ga, which gives that in the end.
Suini?
Suini? Tsugini, did you say?
No, Suini.
Suini. I think doesn't this mean the same as
Finally? I
thought it sort of meant continually. Let's have a quick look in a second. Let's have a look. Suini.
Yes-U-I. Suini.
Oh, sorry. S-U-I. Oh, sorry. Tsuini, finally, at last, in the end. Yeah, it's Tsuini. Yeah, you can use Tsuini.
Sorry, my pronunciation.
No, not at all. I thought this meant something else, actually. But I was also thinking of, in conclusion, Kekyoku. Kekyoku. Both of these are fine. I've heard Tsuini before, but I just wasn't sure what it meant.
So that would be Kekyokuni or
just Kekyoku by itself. Yeah. Yeah. Kekyoku. Okay, let's do the rest of these together, shall we? Okay, Jock, would you like to have you got this one? Lau wants to go and eat in that new Italian restaurant at lunchtime.
Atarashi Italia Rioria.
Can I just pause you there a second, Jock? So just in the same way that you can basically put the details of a sentence in any order in Japanese, in reality, in application, one doesn't.
Okay, so I'll start with
actually, I would probably start with the time reference. Let's see. No, Lao-san. Yeah, let's do Lao-san first. Lao-san.
Lao-san ga
Atarashi
Italia Rioria de.
Sorry, let me just pause you again. Now, these aren't hard rules. These are kind of guidances for making a good sounding sentence. Usually the time reference then goes next.
Atarashi.
No,
Atarashi. Well,
that's an adjective. That's an adjective. What's the time reference in this sentence?
Don't understand. Korekara. Okay. Chushoku ni.
Chushoku.
Chushoku.
Probably in this case, I'll say chushoku no toki.
Atarashi Italia Rioria de.
Italia Rioria. I can just tell you now, there's there or ni both are fine in this case. Either are fine. It doesn't really matter.
tabete gatteru ikitai. Tabete
You're on the,
Tabe-
you're on the right lines. Go ahead.
gatte ikitai.
Nearly.
Tabete gatte
So
ikitai.
Japanese is a bit like an ogre, which means what? Piotr?
They turn brown when you leave them in the sun. They have layers.
Tamanegi.
Tamanegi. They're like onions. Yeah, which means they've got layers. So we have to make some layers here, Chuck. So let's do, let's just make a really simple subclause of I want to go and eat. So how would you just make this simple subclause, Chuck?
Tabe ni ikitai.
Tabe ni ikitai, good. Tabe ni ikitai. Okay, and now he wants to go and eat. We can just basically take this subclause and apply these rules for the third person.
Tabe ni iki tagatte iki.
Oh, no. This is it.
Oh,
Iru. You've done it.
oh,
That's it.
wow.
Tabe ni ikitagatte
De
imasu.
irimasu.
That's it.
I would say why we don't put the tabekate ni ikimasu.
Because then you start having all these different bits in the sentence which are referring to different people, basically. But for example, this part here, tabenikitai, this just means wants to go and eat. That's the only bit I want to have. That's exactly what I've got here. Go and eat. If I say, write something like tabeta gatte iru, okay, this now means wants to eat. How do I now include the wants to go? I have to say tabete gatte ite ikitagatte iru. Ikitagatte iru. But now you've got a problem. Because this means
He wants
eat.
to go and to go. He wants to eat.
Well, this actually instead this says he wants to eat and then go. So I've then got to turn it around and say ikitagatte ite tabetagatte imasu. This isn't making it any easier. This is really, this is really kind of and it misses the point. It doesn't join up. The purpose of going is to eat. Okay, so you may remember a few months now, this was back in autumn, I think 2021, to go and eat, for example, is not the same as to go somewhere and then to eat something. Even in English, to go and eat, this means to go for the purpose of eating. So in Japanese, we can actually directly translate this, can't we? A real kind of clunky, mechanical Japanese translation of this would be Piotr.
Oh, you want a clunky translation? Yeah, that's fine.
You've come to the right pole.
Taberu no tame ni
So just taberu tame ni, yeah?
iku.
Iku, yeah. But in Japanese, we don't need to have this kind of long taberu tame ni. This becomes condensed down to tabe ni iku. Remember? Yeah? Not the same as tabete iku, which means eat and go. Not the same. So this is why this sentence, this final answer here, is really neat. All of up to this point, just here, this is all just details. This is just information about the sentence. The actual verb is just this. Tabeni ikitagatte. Yeah.
Okay, tamanegi or tabeni iki. Okay, that's the onions.
Yeah, this was just about this idea of having subclauses within subclauses. That's what talks about layers, ogres, and onions. Yeah. Okay, I can delete that, can't I? Yes. Okay. Piotr, does Isaac want that donut?
Isaac, wait, so here, one would be hoshi, so then donut would be ga. So I would say Isaac wa.
Yep.
Sono donuts ga. Or
Sorry, am I writing this in English? Donuts ga.
Hoshigatte iru ka? Imasu ka?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly this. Hoshigatte imasu ka? Good. Luke, my aunt wants some new gloves for her birthday.
Oba-san wa,
If it's your oba-san, I assume this means you're not talking to somebody in your immediate family.
Oba-san.
Oba.
Oba ga.
Yep. Oba ga.
Oba ga tanjoubi kara.
I think for her birthday, you can actually just make tanjoubi a time reference.
Tanjoubi ni.
Yep. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just responding to it. I have to send a quick message to somebody. Tanjoubi ni. Yep.
Atarashi. Gunte.
It's actually it's handbags.
Handbags. Te.
You know the shinai.
Te nimotsu.
Yeah, good. It is the shinai. Yeah. Costa, do you know what it was?
Te nimotsu.
No, I know that the bag is kaban.
So this is a slightly different bag. It's fukuro.
Te fukuro.
And this becomes te bukuro when it's
Te
compounded.
bukuro.
Yeah.
Or morai tagatta imasu.
Tagatte imasu.
Gatte imasu.
Yeah, good. Oba ga tanjoubi ni atarashi te bukuro o morai tagatte imasu. Yeah, good, perfect. Tobe, would you like some chocolate?
Chocolate ga tabemasen ka?
Chocolate o tabemasen ka?
Could you use ga as well here?
Not in this case, because this is a verb, so you need to mark this with or.
Mm.
But if you're asking a question, you can say with the second person, you can say chocolate ga hoshii desu ka?
Hoshii desu. Right.
This. Yeah.
So I mix them I mix them a little bit because I was going for or first, but I changed it to ga.
Yeah.
Because when you interrogate someone, I thought they were interchangeable with one
another. So let me just set the rules here then. What you can't say is chocolate or tabetai desu ka. You can't use this.
Yeah.
But you can say hoshii desu ka. This is usable for second person.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Costa, I want my niece to study French.
Mega.
Is this me or just me?
May.
May, thank you.
Mega. French go.
France go.
France. France go. Buju. Benkyo shite hoshii desu.
Very good. Benkyo shite hoshii desu. Good. Perfect. Simon, welcome. You get the crocodile pit. Would your father like you to take him to the wedding?
Thank you for the sacrifice.
I don't even know where to start.
the tyranny of random order. Yeah, it's
Like your father.
It is slightly tricky, huh? So probably what we can do first, Simon, is get the information part out of the way.
Yeah.
Just
so,
the non-specific information.
Well, I would say your father, maybe. Or,
That's going to be, well, it might work.
oh wait, would
It might
your
work.
father? What would
Oh, actually,
your
I think,
father like you to take him to the wedding?
Yeah.
Okay, so the father is actually the subject.
Subject, yeah. So I think you're right, actually, yeah. Or so father should go first.
And because it's your father, it's not just Chichi, it's something else. It's O something.
Okay, so it's Oto-san.
All right. Oto-san ga you take him.
I think, Simon, in this case, if you didn't know the person's name, personally, I'd be forced to use anata in this case if I didn't know their name.
Anata ga. Wedding ni.
So this is kekkonshiki.
Kekkonshiki ni. To take is like tori something.
So to take somebody is, we actually use the word to accompany. Somebody know this one?
Surete iku.
Perfect. Surete iku. Good. Oops, sorry.
Okuden.
It is, yeah, tsuredachi, exactly.
Surete iku. Okay, but that's going and accompanying.
Yeah, so this is the act of taking somebody to somewhere. Yeah.
Surete itte hoshigatte imasu.
That's a question.
Ka.
Perfect, well done. Oto-san. So I think just to make it clear, probably best to make Oto-san wa, just to make a distinction here. Yeah, Oto-san wa anata ga kekkonshiki ni tsurete itte hoshikatte imasu ka. Perfect, well done.
Good, perfect timing, because I actually have another meeting that started 2 minutes ago. So
cool. Okay,
yeah,
see you later.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye.
We had beer already, didn't we? Oh, I've got that one already. So let's get rid of that one. And then finally, Jock, Toby wants to sleep.
Toby-san ga nemutaiんです. Oh, he's third person. Nemutagatte imasu.
Yeah. Nemurimasu.
Nemutagatte iru.
So let's just clear some things up.
Neru, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, you can use nemuru or neru. But nemutai, of course, this means something similar, which is, what does it mean?
He wants to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It means Toby wants to sleep.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but this is, nemutai in this case is actually an e adjective, isn't it? This isn't the type. Yeah, this isn't the type form. Because which verb is this being?
Oh, nemuru.
But it's not, is it? Nemuru is nemuritai desu. Nemuru is a group 1 verb. Neru. It would be, if you want to say I want to sleep, then you'd say nemuritai desu or netai desu. Nemuritai or netai desu. Yeah, but so nemutai, where does this come from? Well, it can't come from the tai form of the verb because there isn't a verb which is nemu mas. There's no nemu mas, is there?
No, nemurimasu.
Yeah, exactly.
Nemuritai.
Yes, good.
Nemutai is an e adjective.
Yes, exactly. It is an e adjective.
So it should be nemuritai.
Yes, nemuri. But remember, this is third person, so
Nemutai. Oh God.
You're exactly on the right words there. Nemuritai. Go ahead.
Nemuri tagateiru.
Yes, good. Yeah, that's correct. Marudes. But I imagine, I think, let's have a quick look at Nemuri Tai a second. I've got a feeling that, yeah. My theory is, it could be wrong. Nemutai is a synthesized E adjective because this is too fucking long. So I imagine Nemutai was created to make this easier to say. Hey, he was sleepy. Nemutai. This is fine. You don't need to say nemuri tagatemasu. You would just say nemutai desu. He is sleepy. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that was hard work.
Yeah, wasn't it? I'm exhausted.
Such a simple sentence, and goodness me.
Yeah, but to be honest, Jock, I don't think you would actually say this. You would just say Tobi-san wa nemutai desu. You would just use the E adjective. You wouldn't say nemuri tagatemasu. This sounds kind of clunky. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it sounds like you're using a normal Thai form with a second person.
Right. Exactly.
So we could use the neru, that is more easy.
Netai desu. Netagatimasu.
Takatimas, because the nerumu, as I remember correctly, was the one that you're falling asleep involuntarily. Like
Right.
you're falling asleep, not you want to go to sleep.
Exactly. Yeah. So neru is the intentional one, isn't it? To say I'm going to lie down and go to sleep, not I fall asleep. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Any questions, guys? Can we have something easier next week?
I don't believe you anymore.
Well, I mean, to be honest, today, the majority of the hard work wasn't on the new subject. It was remembering all the old stuff, wasn't it?
Can we have high and EA questions next week?
What?
あなたの名前はLuke desu ka?
But you need to say it with the American. あなたはお名前は
Anata wa namae wa. I prefer the English version. Anata wa namae wa nan desu ka? Right, I better go back to work, guys.
Tabatide.
Thank you.
Tabatide.
Thank you very much.
Gin tonic. Without the tonic.
I'm just going to pause Luke in a second. Go ahead, Luke.
Do you have